My name is Janelle Lunney, and my husband is Barry Lunney, the tight ends coach for the Razorbacks. We've been married for 11 years, and we have 2 kids. Luke is 5, and Levi is 3.
Football coaching brought us together. You know, it took me to Tulsa, and my first full-time job was there for, I think, a year working there, and been going to the same church there in Tulsa for that year period of time as often as I could attend. You know, happened to meet Janelle one day, sit next to her.
He had this sly move I didn't know. He told me later that he intentionally held his right hand out this way so that I would place my left hand in his hand because he couldn't tell what finger I had my ring on. He wanted to make sure that I wasn't engaged or married, so that was smart. I never dreamed in a million years that I would marry a coach. It never crossed my mind, but it is so much fun. I absolutely love it. When he took on this job, I knew that it would mean a lot more hours away, but that's okay because I knew that this is where he was supposed to be.
One thing I loved about Coach Bielema is he wanted to make sure I understood the sacrifices that were coming, and he made me sit down and talk to Janelle and say, you know, is this something that we're really committed to doing?
I knew that if he was going to be in this position, I was going to ride him pretty hard in the recruiting world. There are going to be times where he was going to have to leave a day early and come home a day late because that's what we needed in the recruiting battles that we're in. So I want to make sure she was on board, and she's been 100% and really truly been a great asset to our program.
I think that anybody that would watch this that's a coach could relate real strongly to what this week looks like. It's in season is a very demanding time for families.
Basically like being a single mom. You have full-time responsibility with the kids, and so I mean they go to preschool 3 days a week, and we go to parks and we meet friends and we go to lunch, and we see him any opportunity that we can. Sometimes we have family nights. Sometimes we just do FaceTime, sometimes we'll run meeting for lunch, and sometimes we only see him for 10 minutes when we drive to Fayetteville, but other times we get to see him for 30, and we'll just take whatever we can get because it's really important that the kids get to see him.
It's awesome having you know, just somebody that you trust so much and does such a great job with these boys. I mean, she's a fantastic mother, and it's easy to see that. I think anybody that's around her can see that she's got a gift of being a great mother, and she loves those boys. And Janelle's done a great job of kind of, you know, stepping in for me, so to speak, during the course of the week and having to wear a hat that a dad would normally wear on top of all the things that she does as a mom and getting them ready for school and feeding them and washing their clothes. And I couldn't be more blessed to have her as the mother of, you know, our children. And she's just as good as a wife as she is a mother. She's a unique creature in that regard. I mean, she's very giving and selfless, and works tirelessly to make sure our family's needs are met. And she's, you know, the perfect coach's wife.
I love it when because they ask all the time, when's Dad coming home, when's Dad coming home? And you know, we kind of go and do a lot, so I keep them distracted from that. And we try to do FaceTime, like I said, as much as we can. But I love when he comes home and they yell, Daddy, and they run to the door, and most of the time they tackle him.
Levi!
There's no doubt that those bring a lot of energy to me, and just I definitely look forward to those times, whether it's Monday for 45 minutes or Wednesday nights. I love Thursdays, you know. That's probably the highlight of the week, is coming home on Thursday night and seeing them come and you know, run and jump on me. And like I said, it's amazing how all they want to do is play football. They want to lock me in that playroom and they just want to tackle me. And I really believe that that's their way of showing affection, you know, that it's like, hey, my dad's back, and that's how boys do, and they get in there and they want to wrestle and you know, tackle, and so I just enjoy that to the fullest. You get to be Coach Bielema, and you get to tell the players what to do. Okay, no, you're Coach Bielema.
No, Luke be Coach Bielema.
Okay,
I'm going to be Coach
okay, Luke is Coach Bielema,
Come on.
and you can be Jeremy Sprinkle.
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, we gotta beat that team. It's the Blue Dogs. Okay?
We're gonna beat the Bulldogs.
1, 2, 3, go Rats!
I mean, it's incredible what they pick up on and how they mimic the things they see. So that's a positive thing in my eyes, is they get to one, be around the game, and hopefully they'll be involved in that game. Whether they are or not, or whether they're good or not, is irrelevant to me. You know, we're gonna love them just the same, no matter what they choose to go into. But you know, personally speaking, it doesn't hurt my feelings that they're going to be around college football.
It has been a dream in Barry's heart since he was 9 to coach at Arkansas someday. His grandpa Lunney played at Arkansas, and it was always his dream to play at Arkansas, and then it was always his dream to coach at Arkansas. It seemed a little distant, it seemed far away for him to have the opportunity to come back. And when Coach Bielema was announced, we didn't know anyone that he knew. And when Barry got that phone call, it was just very surreal.
It's always been kind of deep down and rooted in my heart to want to be able to coach at Arkansas one day, to be able to come back as a coach, and because obviously the school, it means a whole lot to me. It's meant a lot to me my whole life. You know, I'm with my grandfather being a player at Arkansas, and I grew up watching the games, and it was an awesome treat for me to be able to play. And then I think it's truthfully even been more special for me to be able to come back and coach, probably just because I appreciated it a lot more, you know, than I did as a player.
Not going to get a second chance on Saturday. You don't get a second chance. From here forward, here we go, set.
The perspective that I have now as being a father, you know, one of the things that's easy to do is I look at these guys that I coach, or these guys on this team, and I think, you know, they used to be 5 years old not long ago, you know, and this is somebody's son. I think every coach is a mentor in their own way and understands that calling, and I think it's a critical part of coaching. It's one of the main reasons I do coach. I think the most important thing for them is just to understand that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what my calling in his life, and I want them to be able to see me pour my energy and effort into it, and not feel like that I'm pouring more into them or the Razorbacks than I am my own family. And I'm never going to let that happen. You know, it's easy to say, it's hard to do, but that's a priority for us, is for them to know that they're more important than my job. They're more important than me coaching. And it's tough to find that balance, but it's definitely a priority for us.